NFL preseason action is a great opportunity to catch glimpses of what to expect from players come Week 1. Several names can boom or bust their fantasy stocks based on how well they perform in that span, making it especially important for fantasy owners to be aware of how each player has been doing. While you never want to overreact to exhibition games and/or practices, there are certainly some situations you should pay attention to before making your final draft list. Here are some preseason risers and fallers worth mentioning. Editor's note: for a limited time only, get a full season NFL Premium Pass for 50% off, and you will also get MLB Premium for free. Our preseason draft kit, in-season lineup tools and over 150 days of premium DFS research. Risers Tyrod Taylor QB, despite the immense pressure to get the #1 overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft into action as soon as possible, Cleveland Browns quarterback Tyrod Taylor has put together 2 solid preseason performances that all but cement his Week 1 status as the man under center. His Week 1 preseason game against the New York Giants was especially noteworthy, as he completed all 5 of his pass attempts for 99 yards and a touchdown, including 2 deep throws for over 30 yards each. Taylor was well renowned for his streamer appeal while in Buffalo, but he could be a solid sleeper candidate now that he has a bevy of weapons in Cleveland. The Carolina Panthers' decision to sign C.J. Anderson surely inspired fear in the hearts of Christian McCaffrey truthers, but McCaffrey's usage to date has been incredibly promising for his fantasy prospects this upcoming season. He has received the majority of the work with the first-team offense in the Panthers' 2 preseason games and been incredibly productive, rushing 9 times for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns while catching 6 passes for 57 yards. McCaffrey is passing the eye test with flying colors and could push his ADP even further up if he continues his streak of stellar performances. The Denver Broncos might have found a gem in running back Royce Freeman, who has been living up to his reputation as a between-the-tackles bruiser since debuting against the Minnesota Vikings in the preseason. Although Devontae Booker has been splitting time with him, Freeman appears to be the clear-cut goal line back and has scored a touchdown in both of his preseason matchups. Offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave is craving a rusher to fit his power scheme, and although Booker may hold the starting job in Week 1, it is only a matter of time before Freeman works his way to the top. The injury to Los Angeles Chargers tight end Hunter Henry took away a huge red zone threat for the team, with tight ends having accounted for 32% of the team's targets inside the 20-yard line last season. At 6 feet 4 inches, 220 pounds, former first-round pick Mike Williams has been developing into the perfect player to fill that void. With reports coming out of training camp that he is being heavily used in scoring situations and an impressive touchdown in Week 2 of the preseason that saw him high-pointed jump ball in the end zone, Williams should be a name on every fantasy owner's radar. Trey Burton Chicago Bears tight end Trey Burton has received plenty of hype as the next Travis Kelce after former Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy became his head coach. His 3rd preseason performance did nothing short of fuel the praise, as he caught 4 of his 5 targets for 45 yards and a touchdown while showing great rapport with quarterback Mitchell Trubisky. Add in the fact that tight end Adam Shaheen was carted off the field with an ankle injury, and it looks quite possible that Burton could return significant value for fantasy owners. Fallers Ronald Jones to Air Bay, TB. You know something is wrong when you still aren't being talked about as the workhorse for your team after losing your presumed starter to free agency and your fellow backfield mates dealing with injuries, such as the case with Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Ronald Jones too, who appeared to have a clear path to fantasy relevance when Doug Martin left for Oakland and Charles Sims went down with a knee injury. Unfortunately, Jones's total carries have outnumbered his yards gained on the ground through 2 preseason games, and Peyton Barber looks to be shining as the team's top option. With a below-average offensive line and quarterback Jameis Winston suspended to open the year, fantasy owners should take a hard pass on Jones until he can show glimpses of promise. Jerick McKinnon Air Bay, SF expectations are at an all-time high for San Francisco 49ers running back Jerick McKinnon, who is in line to be featured